Alright guys, welcome back to Valorant News. Masters Tokyo is getting absolutely insane with a couple of massive games in the winners bracket going down, and Ardiis with a highly questionable play in their defeat to Fnatic. An absolute blowout. There are questions already being raised with Ye as a free agent. If this continues and they bow out of the tournament emphatically, could Ye to NRG be a possibility if Ardiis continues to make plays like this for the rest of the season? Very much intrigued to your thoughts in the comments below. Hit the like button if you enjoy. Subscribe if you're new as always, I'd greatly appreciate it. First of all, here quickly on your game, I thought was really interesting actually just to see, since he changed his role around from what he used to be on the smokes to now on the Raze a lot of the time, his numbers have been way better. So crazy to see for Evil Geniuses the turnaround that they have made. Quick mention as well of Valorant Champions in Los Angeles. The tickets are on sale in roughly 5 days time. The verified fan tickets on sale June 22nd and on June 23rd. That's the general admission tickets if you guys are local, want to attend from anywhere to be honest. Those are when the tickets are going to go on sale for the World Championship. Quick note as well in terms of teams getting to champs. This is the supposed bracket for the way the EMEA last chance qualifier is going to work. And if this is how it works in EMEA, I'd imagine it's going to be similar in other regions as well. The way this works is intended to favour the teams that played better through the regular season. It doesn't just throw all the teams that didn't qualify for champions in there and sees who comes out on top. It throws in the 8 teams that didn't qualify for champions from, of course, the European side, because we know that Fnatic, Liquid and Foot Esports, they've all confirmed their spot. Na'Vi, though, have not yet, so one more team will make it to champs. And the way this goes is Na'Vi, given the highest seed, they have the best possible chance. So there's some single elimination bracket matches here. So KOI play Karmine Corp. The loser of that is gone. There's no losers bracket for these guys. It's single elimination for the first couple of games. So the winner of that then plays Vitality, and the loser of that already goes home again. So a team like Vitality, like, they could play one series and go, and against a warmed up team. So the format is controversial. Then Heretics play BBL, the winner of that plays Na'Vi, and once you get to this like third round where Na'Vi and Giants find themselves, given the fact that they were the highest placing teams of the regular season that didn't qualify for the World Championship based on how things went at playoffs, then they find themselves here, and if they lose, there is a losers bracket for them. But it is definitely, I think it's a good format in some sense that it does give an advantage to the teams that are theoretically better and played better. It's not impossible for a team like KOI or Karmine Corp to do it, but you've got to get to round 3 before you actually get double elimination, which is very important, and it does favour teams like Giants and Na'Vi that already have got that far. Big story as well from Shopify Rebellion. I'm expecting, honestly, every few days to see another Challengers team decide to depart with their roster, but it's not happened fully actually for SR. I think this statement is quite interesting. Today we're parting ways with 3 valued members of our Challengers team, B-Dog, T-Dog and Vanity. Right, B-Dog was so good for even this team, but certainly LG a while ago, like last year, he was really good. We extend our heartfelt appreciation for their contributions and their dedication during our push to Ascension. That being said, we're happy to confirm that we will be retaining the remaining members of our roster as we retool during the off-season. Our immediate focus is laying the foundation for the most competitive Ascension run possible next year, so it's cool to see that they're actually actively engaged in making this happen, and they're not just going to release their entire roster and wonder whether they're going to come back again. We know that Sean Gares is involved over there. Vanity says incredible org, wish them nothing but the best. So they've released Vanity and those other 2 that we just mentioned, and Vanity now says straight up, exploring offers for Valorant and CS, willing to relocate. So even other regions potentially could do a thing in Valorant, and with CS2 launching soon, Vanity, as I mentioned the other day, is definitely looking at that possibility as well. And as Vanity says, willing to play CS if someone gives me cool skins, that's my final offer. And Psycho comes back with this. And we know that M80 Psycho, having just joined that organization as their VP of esports, is looking to build up a CSGO program or CS2 program in addition to their Valorant side. And maybe Vanity could even be a piece of that. So that's an interesting storyline to keep your eyes on. They do keep around though, Moose, Mara and Vic. They're still going to be there. Whether they think those players are ones that they could potentially sell on and get some money for and actually a buyout situation, that's possible, or they actually want to keep a couple of these guys around anyway to build their team around next year, which wouldn't be a bad idea, but it's just surprising in some respects that they're going to pay these guys a fair bit of money every single month to stay on the organization, and it's good that they're doing so, but it's just not necessary, and many organizations will decide not to. But if you do want to build the absolute best possible team next season, maybe it does make more sense to keep at least a couple of guys around. Let's talk then about the events of Masters Masters Choco, because Fnatic NRG, I was looking forward to this one. I thought it was going to be pretty competitive. Okay, I thought Fnatic were going to win, but I thought NRG were going to put up a fight here. But that is not what occurred. They got bodied. Okay, game one was a little bit close. And Ardiis, in fairness, had, I mean, these shots were pretty disgusting, to be fair, from Ardiis. I mean, it was starting off pretty well for him, but the way that it went on binds was not pretty. I mean, 1-2, nice shots here from Ardiis, and gave them a chance here, but Alpha was just too good. And when it comes down to the pistol round, Alpha wins it for them. That gets them a 7-6 edge, and it was a close first half. But in terms of the mental warfare on the second half, Fnatic just had too much. They win game one, and then game two was a demolition job. We know that NRG are good at bind, absolutely. Fnatic, though, are also good at bind. They're good at every map. It is what it is. They're the favourites for the tournament. And this moment is, you look at this and you think, wow, this is pretty crazy, the fact that Fnatic managed to get this wall down and also get the slowdown to, with 14 seconds left, Fnatic must have put this slowdown to stop them coming out. But then you realise there is no Sage on Fnatic. They have no Sage. This was self-inflicted by the only Sage in the lobby, and that was Ardiis on NRG. So, you know, this utility was not Fnatic's to try and stop the execute. This was a misutility from NRG. Now, would this have mattered in the grand scheme of things? They were already looking slow this map too, and it was already looking like a Fnatic W. But nonetheless, just that the collapse here was pretty tragic.
Oh. He's positioning the wall.
Leo's playing to get walled up. No. He doesn't actually go for the wall. Ardiis made a misclicked.
Wait, Ardiis slowed his team. Ardiis slowed the team.
Wait,
no.
what just happened?
With 10 seconds left, I don't know that NRG are going to be able to get out.
He just had a meltdown.
Alphier still here. And Alphier gets two. Chronicle gets the last, and that's series point for Fnatic.
How did the slow do that?
No, but Doug, what just
happened? It must have hit his teammate or something.
Your job to describe, man.
Ardiis just had a mental breakdown on stage. Starting to creep up, but he's got one of the Vandals, so he can't really spend time breaking with the Trailblazer.
Chronicle's positioning is just perfect. Just around the corner, understanding that if someone gets up in the box, he'll have the sightline on that. Victor's going aggressive for him! What on earth?
Bro, honestly, NRG deserves to get 2 out here. Apparently, ShahZaM's been talking mad shit lately.
It's just 2 left for NRG.
L stripper.
Ardiis has gotten on the site. Meanwhile, all of that. Which means there's not much more util coming in from the side of Fnatic. They just started the retake.
He's pushing Spawn with the Spectre. The potential to leave.
Well, Ardiis actually doesn't care.
What takes place.
GG!
He has a rifle. This would have to be a 1v4.
Damn, bro.
To pull this thing off, to keep
I'm glad I got this. I'm glad I was here to see NA fall.
Impossible.
To the lower bracket though, right?
So the wall doesn't, it seems, go exactly where we wanted it to, and then he puts the slow thing down, and he tries to, I guess, clear this corner, but it bounces off his wall, I believe, and it comes back into their path. With 17 seconds left, I mean, it's just GG at that point, and probably they lose this round anyway, right? I mean, the utility or trying to come out of this choke point, it's not going to be great, but still, Fnatic just, they walk into their open arms, and they get slowed down, and it was an absolute shambles, and NRG full collapse. So, look, expected result in some sense that Fnatic were going to beat NRG, but yeah, it must be said that NRG came in here, like, having recently taken down some very good teams, have been highly competitive with them, to then, you know, go and play Fnatic and get beaten in the way that they did is pretty remarkable. So yeah, he had a tough time, Ardiis, in this game too, was getting roasted for it for understandable reasons, and we'll see how NRG fare from now to the rest of the tournament. They're going to be down there in the losers bracket. We'll see the bracket in just a couple of seconds, but I know that immediately people saying, oh, this has been good lately. Don't get me wrong, I think he's been a solid player for these guys, and it's not like Ye has been good in challenges, but maybe NRG, there's a part of them that thinks, well, Marved, okay, he's on Sentinels, is he going to be there forever? Maybe, maybe not, and also Ye, and obviously someone's been doing a great job as well instead of Marved anyway, but Ye being a free agent, you know, maybe Ye will be looking at that moment and think, you know what, maybe I've got a chance if they want to bring me back, right, because on the OpTic days, so yeah, game one was 13-9, as I say, first up was pretty competitive, but they walked away with it in the end, and I will also say that Leo just continues to impress me. Crushies has been so good on the initiator, right, for a long time, and is one of the best in the world, but when he plays Leo, he just gets exposed. I mean, maybe not exposed, but Leo's just Dephh, you know what I mean? Like, he just plays different level, and game 2 he was 18-5, because there wasn't much to do, to be fair. It was 13-4, Ardiis had 4 kills, it wasn't pretty, and yeah, Chronicle, Durka, Alpha, they all played well, and yeah, 37-16, but Leo just impresses me so much, right? right? That like just how consistent this guy is. In that head-to-head against Crashies, who's been great in that same role for some time, but Leo just proves to be on a different level. And then we had DRX Paper X. Now, there was no something in this series. Cigarettes played instead, which I thought was going to be, I thought that was going to be it, to be honest, right? This clutch was actually insane for Mindfreak as well. Like, that first kill was ridiculous, and that secured them a 12-10 edge, and then they went on to convert this edge. I don't know what's happened to DRX. Now, I think that Paper X played well, don't get me wrong, but the idea that they have Cigarettes in the team, and Cigarettes has been playing well, he played great in this series, absolutely, but, not even having something. They beat DRX a while ago with something in the roster, and honestly, I thought that something was almost a necessity for them to be a serious contender this tournament, but apparently they can beat DRX anyway. Is that because DRX have underperformed? We know that EG beat them and said they're easy to read DRX because they have the same strats they've had for years, which, might be true to a certain degree, or at least for months, right? Obviously, the meta's changed a lot. But yeah, the fact that Paper X come in here and they 2-0 DRX in, okay, it wasn't incredibly comfortable, but it was 13-10, 13-10. It always felt like they were on top. Cigarettes played great, but something is like, he's not even their main player, Cigarettes. Like, DRX surely will feel like they had to win this series. They don't, they go down, and awesome result here from Cigarettes to actually get over the line in this one and play well. As he says, I'm still nervous, but we did it. 2-0 DRX. So if there was no visa troubles, I would have predicted this result. I would have predicted Paper X to win, but to do this with a substitute is remarkable, and it's honestly a really bad sign for DRX, right? It's got to be said, because Cigarettes, he did well, but like he didn't do anything spectacular. Like he was on the Gecko game too. It was a bit questionable. Another, classic set of Paper X compositions, but it was 13-10 split, 13-10 bind, and yeah, Jing turned up, and all the other guys, Mindfreak obviously had his moments there, but yeah, Stack's a really rough series for him. I don't know what's happened to DRX, but this team should be capable of beating Paper X with a sub, absolutely, but they failed to deliver on that potential, and this is now the bracket. So Paper X Fnatic, that's a bit of a banger, but you gotta think Fnatic will win that one. The way they played against NRG, then Liquid EG, and then you've got DRX, NRG, EDG, Loud coming up very shortly indeed. That's remarkable, right? DRX, NRG round 1, Edward Loud round 1 as well in losers. So things are going to get really spicy really soon indeed, and also it does raise questions if something can get out there to the venue over the coming days, and Cigarettes is playing well, like, is there a world in which you even keep him in the team? But I think when something arrives, he's going to be back, but if he arrives in time. They've certainly bought him more time, though, with that great result this morning. Very much enjoyed to hear your thoughts in the comments below. Hit the like button if you enjoyed, subscribe if you're new, take care, and I'll see you next time.